you know the term network marketing, multi-level, direct selling, tend to have this negative connotation to it.
Yep.
All right. And when I look at someone like you, and you've been in the industry for so long, and I've been there as well, I believe they are good angles to the industry. Now, it has its negative pointers, companies, people who want to get rich quick, but then that exists in any industry. I think where I'm coming from is I want this conversation to help people who are already practicing to be able to raise the bar, or people who are coming in fresh, new, to be able to see it in a different perspective rather than the ones that are fed to them, like your family and friends saying, oh, don't go into one of those companies. You know, you're going to end up selling to me, your neighbor, your grandma, your auntie. So for me, I find that this is important, and this whole series is really about getting practitioners, all right, to come in and share, okay, why did you get into network marketing? As far as I know from you, you studied abroad, you got into a corporate job for many years. So why would someone like you get involved in network marketing?
Well, I'll be like straight up honest. I think this is something for most of the viewers they have to come to terms with, is that you need to be like in integrity of what you want from network marketing.
Totally agree.
And it's sometimes people want a part of it and not want the other part of it. And look, like anything you do, you're going to have resistance.
Yeah.
Be it network marketing, or you be a singer,
Yes.
be an artist, you're going to have resistance.
Correct.
So happen that the resistance from network marketing comes from our closest circle of friends or family members or influence. So they are hurt from network marketing.
Yes.
No, we can't change that. And I think the point I'm saying is that being in integrity means that it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Consider that you will have resistance in the industry.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, do you focus on the resistance or focus on why?
Yes.
So for me, like, I'll be straight up honest. I tell even my team members and everyone, that say, oh, you seem so passionate about network marketing and your business, helping people. I say, no, you don't get it. When I first got into business, I wanted one thing and one thing only. I wanted money.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing.
The moment I can admit that I wanted money,
Yes.
it allowed me to drive the business.
Correct.
Rather than like, I
wanna help people.
this and that. No, I'm not saying it's a wrong thing.
Yeah,
but
I
whether
get
can
you.
you own,
Yes.
you own what you want?
Correct.
That's the integrity, So some people could come to me and say, Thomas, hey, I want to help people with your product and this and that. I say, don't cut the crap. What do you want? I say, I want to improve my family's life. Okay, great. Do you need money? I say, great. Let's work on that first.
Exactly.
And then it shifts. It shifts. Once you get the money, it's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Yeah.
You get the money,
You
it
move
shifts.
on.
You move on. You move to something new.
Yeah.
So it's I think most important part when you get into, you ask me like why did I get network marketing?
Yeah.
I wanted money. Like, that's all I wanted.
But why did you choose it as a vehicle? So if you talk about money, right, and this is something that I always say, you can earn money doing anything. You can sell goreng pisang and earn money.
Yeah.
So why network marketing? What were the criteria that tick the boxes for you?
Yeah, I truly believe in all kinds of businesses. Look, I train other businesses as well and coach other businesses. I believe you can make money from anything.
Anything, exactly.
Yeah, at that point, I chose because I had a mentor that actually created like a lot of wealth from network marketing.
All right.
And for me, it just resonated right. Honestly, back then, all I wanted, so I actually came out and joined network marketing out of a fear that I want to achieve the things I want in my life.
All right.
So I'm very openly, I will share with people that with my team members and stuff, like I quit my job and got network marketing.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say.
afraid. I was afraid that I won't be able to achieve the things I want in my life. I love cars for one thing.
Okay.
I wanted the cars, I wanted to go on to travel,
Yeah.
I wanted to do have a certain like quality of house and lifestyle. So I'm afraid that I'm not able to achieve that in my life. So I was driven out of fear.
Okay.
And I think one thing we all seem to forget, and I think as leaders we need to understand that most people join network marketing out of fear. It's also a bad thing.
Okay.
I think it's in my opinion, it's just the way it is.
Okay.
Either you accept that people join out of fear,
Yeah.
and then we shift them towards creation.
And that's important
Yes.
because if you're constantly driven out of fear, you run out after a while. You get tired, you get
Yes.
exhausted, and you
Yes.
quit.
Yeah, because if you're in fear, the only thing you do is run. No direction. You don't really care about, the only direction you know is away from the danger.
Exactly.
That's what fear is.
Which is why I think that many people in network marketing run out of steam. They run because you're right, it's from fear. But where do you think, is this company-led or an industry thing? Why
It's
do
a
you
human
think?
thing. I think it's a human thing.
Okay.
Look, we've never been taught how to be courageous and pick one. I think it's not industry. It's just human beings.
Human nature.
Human nature. We tend to we tend to be afraid most of the times.
Yes,
Right? And that's okay.
correct.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just that
Fear propels you, actually.
propels you. Yeah, it gets you in action at least.
Exactly.
You sometimes you get fearful, then you get frustrated, then you do something about it. When I'm going to quit my job and freaking quit my job and start
Yes, do
doing network
something,
marketing,
yeah.
you know. And I think that's what, if you can, and it may sound disempowering, but if you're a leader and you're watching, if you're a leader, you're recruiting someone or you're
Yeah.
getting someone to join a business, you know, being with the truth is freeing.
And it's very important.
And you can motivate people from fear to join your business.
Yeah.
And then, but knowing that it will last you like 2-3 months. It's
Exactly.
exactly the same thing as like, look, if you let's say if you're fat, right? And then you look inside the mirror, it's like, hey, I look ugly. And there's not so much fear yet until you receive
Yeah.
a doctor's call and saying like, hey, you're
Your
going to have
weight
heart
is-
attack.
yes, your weight is
alright?
affecting
In 2
you.
years, you're going to get a heart attack. Then the fear kicks in. You go and work out in the
Exactly.
gym.
Yeah.
Then you might lose like 10 kilos. And doctors say, oh, you're fine. Now that fire's off your butt, then you
Yes.
lose direction. That's what happens to a lot of network marketers within like 1 year period. They lose
Yeah.
their steam.
Correct.
And everyone I've talked to in network marketing, and my team as well,
Yeah.
within 1 year, like you notice there's a drop-off period.
And how do you think you can help someone in that situation?
Yes, and I think the first thing, how to help them is first help yourself first.
I
How
like
can you
that.
walk someone through that process
If you
of
haven't
changing from
walked the
fear?
talk,
You
yeah.
can't, yeah. How can you empathize?
Yes,
Look, I
exactly.
give the easy way to empathize. Look, if you say you have a period cramp,
Yeah.
and say, oh, I know how it feels like.
So we
that's
talked about
BS.
fat, period cramp. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's true. Look, if you tell me you got a period cramp, and I say, look, I understand how it feels. That's
Yeah, I'm
BS.
like, no way.
No
You
way,
never
right?
had it.
Never
Yeah,
had it. So,
correct.
the point is that understanding that when your struggles, if you're watching this and you're running on motivation and stuff, if you haven't been through the phase of losing motivation
impossible.
and climbing out of it, you cannot possibly support someone else.
That's going through that.
Yes, because the truth is, like,
Yeah.
mine was a bit longer. I keep adding more fear. So within 2 years and a half,
Yeah.
I was able to launch the business in India.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about
Yeah.
that. So, what makes someone like you who does not speak any Urdu or Hindi
Urdu,
or
Hindi,
anything,
Tora,
right?
Tora.
Go into a market that's not only new, but you don't even speak the language. So, why? Why did you venture out to do that?
So I want to
It
say
is
like
fear?
what I said before,
Okay.
and then I'm going to say hindsight what I look. So
Okay.
in the moment, it didn't feel like fear. It's like, that's my financial freedom. That's my
Okay.
financial retirement. I don't right now, having the clarity I have, I don't subscribe to the financial freedom thing.
Exactly.
Because it indicates that you quit before you started. You're looking
Yes.
for a quit.
Yes,
So
you're looking for a quick fix.
quick and a quit.
Yeah.
I want to quit.
Yes.
Like, I'm working to quit. So like
Yes.
you given up before you start. So I'm saying this because when I go into India, I wanted financial freedom, which
Okay.
I got, and
Yeah.
I worked really hard,
All right.
and I went all in.
In like
when I
3 years, right?
2000 where I started flying and started being consistent. Yeah, around 2 years being really consistent.
Amazing though. Like, so
Yeah.
24 months into a new market, nobody knows who Thomas is, I'm assuming, in
no.
India at that point.
Nobody knows who
And
am
some
I.
Chinese guy.
Say,
I know.
no, buy my product. It's $4,000 US. It's like,
and
too yeda, you crazy, you know? Like,
they
you're
believed
crazy
you.
and no one's gonna buy it. Yes,
So
it's true.
what were the struggles? Like, what was the one thing? And I remember hearing this from you many times.
A lot
when
of
we spoke.
struggle.
Yeah, what was the...
Well, I didn't have the company, didn't have the office over there.
Okay.
India's been plagued with money games and a
Alright.
lot of failed network marketing businesses. So we
Okay.
talked earlier, there's a lot
Yeah.
of negative connotation around network
Around
marketing.
it,
A
alright.
lot. You think like Malaysia has a lot, India has a lot of money games, and a lot of people got burned and hurt and all these things.
Alright.
So it's really, really bad. Like even the government had to come and step in and start putting laws about cheat
Regulations
funds
and all that,
and,
yeah.
money laundering and all these things. So
Okay.
they have to control. They shut down a lot of operations, and it was very public. So the public got really scared. Number one. Number two, I was inexperienced. Look, I was 1 year in the industry. I was going and talking to dudes who have like 5-10 years of experience, and now they're
And it's
telling me whether
and
it
it's a
can or
new
cannot work.
market.
You know,
Yeah.
but for me, I was so driven because I wanted to like build something that's like 10x, like big, huge.
Okay.
You know, I thought to myself, like, I look at my mentor, it's like, well, he pioneered Malaysia,
Okay.
very good. Oh. So I want to pioneer a country. I look at India and like, wow, this country very big. Can pioneer this
okay.
country.
So you thought differently. You weren't like, I'm going to follow this person.
Yeah,
You
but-
wanted to be a champion of the category.
Well,
Would I say that?
From the back, at that point, I wanted to like become greater, bigger, and I
Yeah.
want to like become more successful. And I thought it was a positive thing. And look, like that's why I don't condone the idea of fear.
Yeah.
Because I was fearful because I thought I wasn't good enough. I was not enough
Yeah.
as a person. That's why I needed the accolades or
push
the
of-
achievement
yeah.
to make me feel like enough. And
Yeah.
that drives me so damn hard to build a business. But after I've achieved the income, I was
Alright.
making like good passive income, right?
Okay.
And then look, I was single.
Okay.
I made a lot of money, right? I have a nice, like, decent apartment. I
Yeah.
got a nice car. And then I
Correct.
sat down there. I'm like, what the hell do I want? And I spent the whole like year after setting up India, drinking my money away.
Okay.
This true story. I
Yeah.
drink my money away. I attempt to become a trainer. I attempt to become a coach, but it felt empty inside lah. It was empty days. I felt really lost.
Because it was something that you were looking for that thought would fill you, but in the end it didn't.
It didn't, and,
So-
and I was driven by fear. So
Yeah.
that needed to be a transition from
Okay.
fear to a creation.
So how did that journey change for you?
When you finally know that it won't work for you anymore. So there's a surrender process to it. So in the process, I finally surrendered that making money by itself, while it's great, it's not
Yeah.
everything. I remember at one point I told my sponsor and mentor, I told him like, I feel depressed.
Yeah.
I know it because I've been depressed in my life.
Yeah.
I
So
know.
you know how it feels
Yeah,
like.
and I told him like, dude, I'm depressed. Like, I'm depressed. Like, I'm driving up Genting and doing nothing. I was drinking alcohol a lot and stuff. And he said like, oh, I know what's your problem. You're not making enough money.
Oh my God.
So I took he said it from a space of love, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the capacity it has. So I
Yeah,
don't blame
yeah.
him. I went back to India and start a new line and like come and build some more and
Yeah.
everything, and like, nothing changed. So funnily, like it's so important to have meaning in what we do, and we human beings, we create our meaning.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, I expected someone to give me meaning.
And you
I
didn't do it for
expected
yourself.
the
Yeah.
business to give me meaning.
Correct.
But the fundamental truth of finding meaning or purpose in life, or whatever you want to call it, is us deciding what we want to do in this world. No one's going to give it to you on a silver
I totally
platter.
agree. And I think for those of you that are watching, a lot of times many people get into network marketing, like you said, right? It's like, I need that money, I want that financial freedom. And I hear this word being used so much that I almost think like, do you really know what it means? Financial freedom, living your dream. I'm like, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Do you really know what it means? But these are the common words thrown loosely in the industry. Do you want to live your life on your own terms? Do you want to be your own boss? And I'm listening to what you have to say, and I think, you know, it's the meaning. It's not this loosely pulled together terms, which everyone thinks that that's what they want, but the reality is, like you said.
But the reality is that's easy. It's easy to
Yes.
use those words because
Yeah.
for me, it's because it attracts people who are fearful, and there's nothing wrong with it. As long as you're using, look, some people say like manipulation. I don't think manipulation is good or bad.
Yeah.
What are you using the manipulation for?
Exactly.
If you use the word financial freedom to pull people in so
Yeah.
that they can experience the business, and then you can coach them to build the life that they want.
Then
so
that's
it's just
using it for good reason.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the way I think that's why I think what the conversation we need to have with our team members,
Yeah.
and why I truly champion this is that the leaders need to have those tough conversations with your team members.
Exactly.
And the reason why people don't like to talk about purpose because it scares people. It scares people to know your purpose. It scares
Correct.
people to find out that hey, the purpose is for you to decide.
Yes.
Because it's easier if someone gives you your purpose.
And I think
Right.
why leaders don't want to have that conversation
'Cause they might
is
lose their people.
yes, they're afraid that if you find direction and purpose elsewhere, I'm going to lose you.
Yeah.
But that's something that I feel is really important. So when you operate in any business, whether it's in
Any
network
business,
marketing
yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
it has to come from a point of trust, right? And not I'm going to lose out. And if you help someone find their purpose, and if it's not where you're at, and it's okay. And I think that's something that the industry, sometimes, you know, people tend to focus on the outcome. Like, I want to grow my business, and so I need you to be there. And they lose the point
It's
that...
out of fear. I need you to
yes,
be there.
it's a fear, correct. Rather than, you should be here if this is what you want to do,
Yeah.
right? And then we'll work together.
Actually, it's on the contrary. When you know your purpose and you
Yeah.
know what you want to create in this world,
Okay?
the network marketing business can become the vehicle for that.
Exactly.
And it's on the contrary because if now they know how powerful what their purpose, they can see what they can do for people, and they can see their network marketing business as a vehicle to get where they want.
Sure.
They might double down or triple down.
Exactly.
You know, when I started knowing, like when I decided, and it's not knowing, the purpose is something you decide. So
Yeah.
as a leader, we hold space for people to transition from, I don't know what the hell in my life, what I want in my life,
To what I'm doing.
deciding. So purpose is actually, I decide what I want to create in this world.
Yeah.
In this short time, in this earth, like who am I, who do I want to be, and what
Correct.
value do I want to create in this world.
Yeah.
And we can decide that, that's your purpose.
Yeah, and
right?
no one else can set
No one
it
else,
for you.
no one said, but when you decide what's your purpose,
Yeah.
and don't be mistaken with like, oh, the business is my purpose. No,
No.
business is a vehicle. How can you contain someone so powerful? Like, all of us,
Correct.
if you believe like in spirituality,
Yeah.
we are divine beings. How can we be
Yes.
contained in one role? How can we be
Exactly.
contained in a business?
In a P&L,
we work
yeah.
through the business.
Exactly.
And that's when the ultimate like flow of endless energy. Like
Yeah.
when I'm working in Cavemen, right now also like with my business in India,
Yeah.
like I cannot find a place that I'm tired.
Because you're doing it from a
correct.
point that, it's creative and it's driving you.
It's my purpose
Yeah.
in action. The business is not my purpose.
Yeah.
So watch out for people who are saying this. They say like, oh, this business is my purpose. No, business is my passion. No, your business is the vehicle for your passion.
Exactly.
And when leaders can help your team members uncover their purpose,
Establish that.
yeah,
They become really powerful
Yeah, they become really
beings.
powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
My purpose is love.
Exactly.
I want people to experience love in all forms and directions in their life.
And it just depends on what vehicle you use,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right.
And when I'm developing my programs and developing stuff for my people, I might ask them to invest. I might ask them
Yeah.
to buy the product, or I might ask them to buy training and stuff. But I say it from love because I
Yeah.
know that when they can invest out of the love on themselves,
So it's the source of where it comes
it's a
from.
source.
Yeah.
But I decide.
Exactly.
I decide. And
Yeah.
the thing is like the most leaders and most people expect to be given their purpose. And that's why it's a tough conversation for leaders to hold for your people.
And to
Because you
have.
challenge them and
Yes.
say like, so what do you really want in life?
Correct.
And yes, you might lose people.
But hey, that's
but,
better
but
than...
but when you find, you help people uncover their purpose,
Yeah.
Man, they become like fire,
That's a lot more powerful.
Become like fire.
One last thing before we end, because
Yeah.
we've got 12 minutes. Okay, so I know,
Sorry.
right? We could sit down here and like
Yeah.
speak forever.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, if there was one thing that network marketing has helped you. So today, I know you're a speaker, you're a trainer, you're a coach, right? And you've transitioned to that. How, if you had to sort of put it in one sentence, how's network marketing helped you in who you are today? Tough question.
Tremendous. I cannot see my life without network marketing.
Was it the growth? Was it the personal development?
I mean, I'll start with first thing first. Like financially,
Yeah.
it gave me the financial like stability.
Yeah.
And I would seriously say financial freedom, because it allows me to empower my future projects. So it's not much money, but now that you ask me, right, it's not how much money I've made. What network marketing, the platform network marketing gave me was that it facilitated the person I needed to become. The value of who I became
All right.
is far more than the money I make every single month or how much money I made.
All right.
Knowing that I can create impact anywhere I go.
Okay.
Like knowing that the confidence level.
So it was very much a personal development.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Everything in life is a personal development, isn't it?
Correct. So it
You know?
wasn't the income and any of those things that get
Yeah,
flashed
if I had to put
out,
one
right?
thing that
Yeah.
is most important is that the person I've become. Because and I say this like
Yeah.
give me any business.
Yeah.
If you take anything away, there is one thing that doesn't change. The constant is me.
Yeah.
And the experiences I've gathered and stuff. That is
Exactly.
far more valuable
Than anything
than the
else.
actual money that you make.
I totally agree. I've been
know.
here for 10 years, and if you met me prior to my, my time in network marketing, I was a totally different person. It's given me an opportunity to be a different person. So it gave me an environment to allow me to grow. So that's something that I find network marketing
How do you
allows.
price that? How do you price? You don't price
Yeah,
that.
there's no price tag to it, right? All right. Thank you so much, Thomas,
All right.
and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.